Right, let's continue our coverage of Zimbabwean politics. Jailed senior member of Citizens Coalition for Change, Job Sikala, is said to be seriously ill. He's been detained for about a year and 3 months on charges of inciting violence. Sikala's detention has been described as politically motivated. To tell us more about his condition, we're joined by his lawyer, Harrison Nkomo, who's coming to us from the capital, Harare. Harrison, appreciate your time today. Now, just give us some insights into how Job Sikala is at the moment.
Thank you very much. Good evening, listeners and viewers. I can tell you that Job Sikala has had a very bad bout regarding his bowel movement. The bowel is a bit problematic, and when it moves, it excretes blood with it. So, in summation, he's having a blood-stained bowel. And he also has complained of a very sharp pain on the left toe of his foot. But he appeared in court today looking very frail. And as the legal practitioners, under his instructions, we are actually planning to have him undergo an endoscopy, which is going to be conducted tomorrow by his doctors.
And the state has agreed to him being treated in this regard?
They have no choice because there's an order of court which was granted in November the 2nd of November to be precise, 2022, for Job Sikala to be seen, examined, and be treated by his medical doctors of choice. And what we are doing basically is to follow an order of court, and they have no choice. They have to comply with an order of court.
Well, you speak of choice and no choice and what they're legally obliged to do. Well, one of those things that the courts are legally obliged to do is to grant Job Sikala bail, and that's according to the Zimbabwe Constitution. Now, this hasn't happened for 486 days. Can you tell us why?
Yeah, it has been a very long legal battle for 1.5 years. Like you say, 486 days. In respect of all the 5 separate matters that Job is facing, the other 5 is on bail, and only one, which the magistrate court is supposed to hand down judgment on an application for discharge, with the understanding that the defense will argue that there is no iota of evidence linking him to the commission of a crime. That's the matter that he remains in custody. It is very unfortunate, but this is what the courts have said. In other matters, we have gone to the High Court, and the High Court is yet to pronounce its ruling. And I'm very happy that the appeal case in one of the matters is going to be held on the 24th of October, 2022. And we hope that the minute the High Court overturns the judgment of the Magistrates Court convicting Sikala, is going to be opening another avenue for him to be admitted to bail. But obviously, making reference, like you are saying, to the issue of the Constitution, the Constitution says bail is a right. No doubt about it. But the courts have seen it differently.
Now, are there concerns that he's being persecuted for his activism, using obviously the police and judiciary?
He has consistently argued that, and I think you have seen quite a number of publications that he has unleashed from the security prison in his solitary confinement in Chikudi Maximum Prison, but he's being persecuted for his political beliefs, for being in opposition politics. But at the end of the day, we as lawyers, we have to submit to the rule of law, we have to submit to the authority of the court, and we shall continue to do so to make sure that Job, at the end of the day, gets his freedom.
Now, something that's also doing the rounds is the general feeling by supporters of Job Sikala, and I think some members of the Triple C included, as well as many others that are following the stories, that Job Sikala has been let down by the Triple C, and as far as their ability or effectiveness in trying to secure his release. Now, as his lawyer, are you of the same opinion?
I'm not so certain. Triple C, I don't think they've got the capacity to free Job Sikala. They could have done something else, but at the end of the day, what leads to Job Sikala to be behind the jaws of prison in Chikurubi is the law. How other people think that the Triple C can forcibly manhandle the security prison at Chikurubi and make sure that they get Job out of prison, it's another issue.
No, I don't think... Sorry, Harrison, I think you misunderstood me there. The issue is not the Triple C's ability to release him, but to offer him support. What we do know that at the moment there is a fundraising campaign, I understand, to raise money for Job Sikala's hospital treatment, right? Now, this is being done independently of the Triple C. There are those who believe that the Triple C should be providing for Job Sikala. After all, he was imprisoned on their watch.
Okay, I must be very frank with you. My brief with Job is to concentrate on his legal matters. What happens extra legal, I'm not qualified to comment on that. Whether the Triple C has let him down or it hasn't let him down, I'm not qualified to comment on that.
Okay, so let's talk about you and the work that you are doing. Are you engaging external parties to try and push Job Sikala's agenda of being released? Because I'd like to imagine that the international community is watching an imprisonment of any individual without the option of bail for this amount of time is concerning to many parties.
Okay. As a legal practitioner, I said maybe I have not risen to the occasion of the expectation of the media or the expectation of the politicians. I have confined myself to legal issues and legal issues only. I've confined myself to the corridors of the judiciary, confined myself to the corridors of the Attorney General's office, which is the issue, the legal instruments that I deal with regarding the freedom of job. Anything extra legal, I have not done it. Anything, I must accept as a fact.
So, do you think you've done enough to, as a representative of Job Sikala? Is there more that you could have done?
I'm not sure. I think that let society be the judge. But 1.5 years of legal service to a client, diligently for that matter, I must say, I think that's enough. If society feels, or the court of public opinion thinks that it's not enough, then let them do so. If they think that is enough, let them congratulate me.
Well, Harrison, I suppose in many parts, diligence would also be judged by how soon your client leaves prison. And it is 486 days. So, that question can be asked.
True. But the forces against me and my legal team is too high. I don't control the prosecution. I don't control the magistracy. I don't control the judiciary. They work on their own pace. All I need to do is to push as much as I can. But I can tell you here and now that having seen clients today and having always seen client is extremely happy with the service that is, we are providing to him.
Well, he is a lawyer himself, so I suppose he would be the best judge of that. But let's also talk about his family, Harrison, because some of the individuals that have been going through the greatest amount of anguish would be his family. How are they coping with the situation?
The family has tried to cope under very difficult circumstances. They are school-going children. There is need for payment of school fees. There is need for turkey. There is need for extracurricular activities that have to be paid. Not only that, the children have to feed, including the entire family. It has not been easy. Remember, when he was incarcerated on the 14th of June 2022, Job Sikala was the sole breadwinner of the family as a lawyer and a member of parliament. Now, there is no Job Sikala as a lawyer in the family who is a breadwinner. There is no Job Sikala, the parliamentarian. And you can imagine a family of that nature, they are actually living from handouts.
Yeah, can only imagine. You're absolutely right. It's got to be extremely difficult. Now, just run us very quickly through the next step in Job Sikala's legal process and the potential outcomes or scenarios. What are you hoping for?
All right. I'm happy to say that all the matters that we have handled, they are done regarding first stage of trial. On the 19th of October, there is going to be a ruling in a matter where the defense has felt that no iota of evidence has been laid against him and he must be discharged without leaving any evidence. That's in respect of the case of incitement to commit public violence regarding the protests for the 31 July movement in 2021. Sorry, 2022. Then after that, there is another matter which is coming up in the High Court, which has been set down. It's a matter in which Job Sikala was convicted and fined $600 American for obstructing the course of justice. This is a matter relating to his involvement as a lawyer in Chitungwiza, where a client of his was murdered. That's More Blessing Ali. Now, we are seeking to overturn that conviction, and the matter is going to be held on the 24th of October this month. Not only that, there is another application for discharge regarding a matter of incitement to commit public violence again, which is closely related to the More Blessing Ali matter, the More Blessing Ali murder case. The More Blessing Ali murder case is split in two ways. From a single act, Job is facing a charge of obstructing the course of justice and incitement to commit public violence. So the incitement to commit public violence is the one that is pending in the Maxis Court. And that is the one that is coming up on the 27th of October, where we have said that the defense, there's no evidence that Job Sikala has committed an offense and he must be discharged without saying a single word. So that is what I can say regarding the legal issues that are before the court in respect of Ghana.
Harrison Nkomo, appreciate your time. Thanks so much for speaking to us on Africa Today. And he is the lawyer of former legislator jailed in the Zimbabwean jails for the last 486 days, Job Sikala.